Hi, listeners. Grab your comfy mugs because it's time for Coffee with Crissy. Today, we're talking about something super real that touches everyone, even if we don't always call it out, and that's grief. Alright, so when you hear grief, what do you usually think of? Most of us picture someone passing away, right? Saying goodbye forever. And yes, that's definitely a big, heavy kind of grief. But here's the cool secret. Grief is actually way, way bigger than just that. Think of grief like this huge, messy feeling you get in your heart when you lose anything important. It's not just feeling sad, it can be feeling mad, confused, even a little bit numb. And it doesn't just show up when someone dies. Nope, grief is super sneaky and can pop up in all kinds of places. So let's take a sip and look at some of these different kinds of grief that you might be feeling without even knowing it. Grief's many looks, more than you think. 1. Anticipatory grief. This is when you start feeling sad or upset before something actually ends. Like if a grandparent is really sick for a long time or someone has a memory problem like dementia. You're already missing them or the fun times you used to have even when they're still here. It's like saying a slow goodbye. 2. Disenfranchised grief. Okay, this one is tough because it's the kind of grief that nobody really talks about or supports. It's when you lose something important, but others might say, oh, that's no big deal, or just get over it. A super real example is betrayal grief. This is when you lose a friend, a relationship, or even a future you dreamed of, not because someone died, but because trust was seriously broken. Maybe a best friend totally ghosts you, or someone you cared about lets you down badly. They're still around, but the friendship or the trust is gone. And even though it hurts a ton, people might not get why you're so sad. This type of grief is why I believe so much in empathy, because all pain, all loss is real. 3. Ambiguous grief. This is when you're sad about a loss, but you don't really have a clear ending. Maybe someone is missing and you don't know where they are. Or, like with dementia, someone is physically there, but their mind is gone, so they're not really there anymore in the way you knew them. It's confusing because there's no real goodbye. 4. Cumulative grief or grief stacking. Imagine your feelings are like a backpack. Every time you have a loss, big or small, another heavy rock gets thrown in. Cumulative grief is when you have lots of losses close together, or you never quite got over an old loss before a new one hit. Your backpack just gets heavier and heavier, and you can totally feel weighted down. 5. Collective grief. This is when a whole group, a whole town, or even the whole world feels sad about the same big thing. Think about a huge natural disaster or when everyone was worried during the pandemic. We all feel a shared sadness for what's lost, like safety or normal life. It shows we're all connected. 6. Secondary losses. These are all the extra things you lose because of your main loss. If you lose a job, a main loss, you might also lose some money. All those other losses add to your grief. So, grief isn't just one thing. It's a wild, messy, and super personal trip. I really hope knowing about these different kinds helps you be a little bit kinder to yourself and to everyone else. Because no matter what kind of goodbye it is, a final one, a broken trust, a changing world, or a dream that didn't happen, it's still a loss. And every single loss deserves our care and understanding. So as you go about your awesome day, remember to lead with empathy. You never know what kind of heavy feelings someone might be quietly carrying. That's all for our coffee chat today. Keep shining, keep connecting, and I'll catch you next time here on Coffee with Crissy.